It's time once again for Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. I'm 9. It is way too early in the morning for me to be doing this. But we are back at the synthesis shop. I just spent a bunch of hours, and I do mean literally hours, going and grabbing all of these items. Here's a hint. Never do this. I'm not sure if this was actually worth it. It took forever to get some of the items I needed to actually complete these crafts. We have 6 remaining, and I believe I calculated this out right. I believe I got the right amount of items, so I'm hoping. Otherwise, this is really gonna suck. And in fact, just in case, because I really, no, I just saved. Never mind. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm thinking that in case I screwed this up somehow, I don't want to have to, like, miss out on making these on camera. So we're just gonna save real quick. As you can see, 37 hours and 52 minutes is where we are now. I believe when I last talked to you guys, we were something at more like 33 to 34. So it's been something like 3 hours since I last talked to you guys. In those 3 hours, we got Donald to level 55, so that way he could actually have Lucky Strike as well. And then all of us are at level 60 plus. So I got about 10 levels in, give or take, while trying to make this happen. The drop rate on some of this stuff is just that bad. Okay, so first we're going to make the Gaia Bangle. Then we're going to make the Mega Elixir. Then we're going to make a power-up. Then we're going to make an Atlas Armlet. Then a Crystal Crown. And finally, the Ribbon. And in doing so, we should have unlocked the ability to make the final item, which is the Ultima Weapon, which requires Lucid Gems, Power Gems, Thunder Gems, Mystery Goo, and Gale. And apparently I calculated this out perfectly, and so we have synthesized ourselves the final item in the game, the most important item in the game, the item that I consider to be the ultimate awesomeness. Now, please keep in mind that you can go back and resynth anything in the game except for the Ultimate Weapon. It's the only thing you cannot resynth. So if you want to go back and make 100,000 power-ups, you can if you feel like. Be my guest, I don't care. What I did intend to do is to make myself some more crystal crowns. I went and got all the lucid crystals that I need, and got myself some power crystals, got myself some shiny crystals, got myself some bright crystals. The bright crystals were a pain in the ass, believe you me. The reason why I stopped doing this is actually because of the shiny crystal and the power crystal. So the bright crystals drop off those guards, the defenders, the guys I said that drop a weapon for Goofy, and they do. I just never got it. Those were a problem to begin with. Then those started flowing like water, so I said, okay, that's awesome. Then I started working on shiny crystals. Shiny crystals come from wizards. No freaking drop rate. I swear to God, I spent about 2 hours just working on that. Power crystals drop from Weaverns. They were being very stingy, and lucid crystals drop from the, they're called Dark Balls, I believe. It's the guys that I've been calling the Dark Sparks. No drop rate off of them either, which sucks. Okay, so first things first, let's equip the Ultima Weapon. This is the Ultima Weapon. It doesn't look tremendously like a key. It looks more like a sword, to be honest, what I find particularly cool. And this one makes sense that you hit with the back and not with the teeth. It raised your max MP by 2, much like the Oathkeeper, but it's even more MP, and also possesses the maximum strength you can possibly get in attributes. It does not have the string of crit hits like the Oathkeeper, but I think we can live with that. I'm also going to go ahead and equip the Crystal Crown, which increases max AP, HP, MP, AP, strength, and defense, and also enhances magic and summon power. It's going to drop my strength by a little bit if I did Omega Arts. Let's just go ahead and do this instead. It's going to drop my AP by 1, but that's fine because I have more than enough AP. I could potentially do 3 Crystal Crowns, which would give me the best possible everything, but I'm just going to fail to do that because... We also have stuff like the Atlas Armlet, raises max MP and defense, and also significantly enhances magic and summon power. That is a Donald thing if I ever heard one. Gaia Bangle significantly raises max HP and defense. That is totally Goofy. And then we have, what else? Did I make anything else particularly important? I know we're gonna drop out the Elements ring. Yeah, there you go. And then Ribbon reduces all elemental damage by 20% and equip more to boost effect. Remember, that's only elemental. Did I make anything else particularly interesting? I don't know, but let's go ahead and equip Donald with... Is that the one I wanted? Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip him with that. And I need something that's going to raise all of his stats again. Do I have an item that is mostly like that? He's using a Ray of Light, I believe. Is there anything that's going to increase his MP and summoning power? Anything that makes MP go blue? Not really, looks like. So we're just going to leave the Ray of Light on him, I guess. Why not? Okay, Goofy. You, my man, I have stuff for you. We're going to... First, let's do that, and then let's see if there's anything better than that. This is kind of how I do my equipment when it comes to games like this. I just sort of cycle through and I go, okay, what gives me blue numbers? Okay, so that's the best thing for that. Anything that makes everything go blue for this. I'm seeing a lot of red. In general, seeing red. Not seeing what I'm looking for. And AP is kind of important when it comes to Goofy. He does have a couple of abilities that I have that I kind of want him to keep. I could potentially drop Lucky Strike at this point because I don't really need it any further, but it is my hope that in the near future, when I go and do stupid stuff, we're going to be able to keep that. Okay. We have a ton of AP. I probably am going to want that. So I'm going to remove Ars Arcanum, get MP Haste going, because I definitely need MP Recovery on Sora. That is one of the most important things that I'm going to have. I got a couple abilities while I've been away, a couple things that are really important, but mostly it was the Lucky Strikes. I think we're good. Okay, so here is the Ultima Weapon. It took forever and a half to get. It has incredible reach, has incredible power. It is all around sexy, and when you combine that with, if you take a look at my HP bar and my MP bar, and you can see that we have leveled up considerably. I consider us to be in excellent position to do just about anything that we want to do. Now, the first thing is first. The most important thing for me to do right now is the optional bosses. There are 3 of them. We have already seen one. We saw, what's his name? Blah, blah, blah. The Phantom. So that is... No, why did I go normal drive? I hate doing this on accident. But there's the Phantom. There is a guy named Kurt Ziza, who you will we'll find in Agrabah eventually. There's also the super secret super boss, who I'm sure you can guess exactly who it is. This is a Final Fantasy game, but I'll leave that for a pseudo surprise. Not as if I'm pretty sure we already spoiled that at one point, me and Trance. But there's him that we get to deal with. I'm going to completely dodge this warp hole because I do not intend to go to Hollow Bastion for any particular reason. So, there is that guy. There's also the Hades Cup, which is the technically the final Coliseum Cup. And then after the Hades Cup, there are some direct matches we will need to complete. Some fights that are directly against one opponent, and those we need to do. So these are all things that we need to do in order to get ourselves the super secret ending. We've accomplished most of it, guys. We are actually on the downhill stretch. I know that sounds very weird, especially when I go back and look at this afterwards and look at some of the stuff I'm about to do in the next couple of episodes. But we are actually in the downhill stretch. I personally consider getting the Ultima Weapon to be basically one of the most obnoxious parts of this game. Again, it took me about 3 hours to hunt all those items down. And, you know, if I didn't skip all those enemies in Hollow Bastion, it would have been a lot easier. Okay, so here we are on the Olympus Coliseum. And there is another one of these tournaments for us. Hi, Herc. How's it going? Yeah. I have a better Keyblade now, Herc. You're not going to win. Okay, so we need to go ahead and start up the Hades Cup. We're going to ignore question mark, because that's kind of scary. Now, on the Hades Cup, it's kind of cool. It's because as you start progressing through the Hades Cup, you will eventually be able to restart at a higher seed. You don't have to start all the way at the beginning anymore, which is good because it's a 50 seed long match. Remember, all the other tournaments have been 5 seeds long. Watch me just cut through these guys like butter. Look at that swing. It's huge. This Keyblade is amazing. And, you know, it actually feels like a sword, too. Okay. So I feel pretty good already. Got the White Knight and the Power Wilds. This should be cakewalk. Okay, you White Knight, you do your stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and cut through you guys as well. And through you. And you. And we're done. So far, so easy. Then again, these were the first two. It's actually taken us longer to look through the victory scenes than it is to look through to fight the actual enemies. I'm not going to be able to beat the entire thing in the next 10 minutes, because that is how long our episode is going to go on for. This will probably take me about 2 episodes, and, you know, I'm going to call it right here. This is going to be episode 58, I believe, something like that. We're going to beat the entire game and get a super secret ending, probably by episode about 65 is where I think we're going to be. This is a guess I'm making purely based on absolutely nothing. But I anticipate that each of our optional bosses is going to take us 1 entire episode. This will take us 2. And so that's a total of 5 episodes right there. And then we'll have 2 other episodes for optional stuff. I can't remember what else I have to do. Maybe there's 4 optional bosses. I remember there being a cup in this that we have to handle. You know what? No. Remember, we have Fire-Raga now, so higher damage, and we have a lot of MP, and part of our damage from magic is based on our MP. Now, here's our Rare Truffle. So, the Rare Truffle, a couple things I can talk about while we're fighting through. The Rare Truffle is a mini-game. It's a mini-game we don't particularly care about. The mini-game is hit the Rare Truffle in the air and juggle him for as long as possible. There's reasons you do this. 1, he gives a lot of EXP. If you're able to juggle him 100 times, you get 5,000 EXP without breaking a sweat. Now, you can use Arrow in order to do this, or a higher-level Arrow spell, simply because they bounce enemies on top of you as long as you stand in the right place, and there are certain places, like the Monstro's Throat, that make that easy. Would you stop moving, please, Yuffie? Look at her HP just go down. So, that's what the Rare Truffle does. Now, when you hit 10 juggles, you get an immediate Mystery Goo for free. So if you're having trouble getting Mystery Goo, which normally is gotten from just rare mushrooms, if you're having trouble getting Mystery Goo, that is a great way to do it, because when you get to 50, you will get another Mystery Goo, and when you get to 100, you get a third one. And that makes farming for Mystery Goo a lot easier than you would guess otherwise. So that's the Rare Truffle. Goofy obtained the Genji Shield? Certainly. Yeah, I mistakenly thought that the Defender enemies dropped the Genji Shield. The Defender enemies dropped the Defender Shield. That's the name of that shield. It's Yuffie here that drops the Genji Shield. There is some things we still have to unlock. We do not have Tier 3 spells in a lot of ways. We gotta unlock those. I also have yet to get Goofy's pseudo-final shield. If you get, I know you guys saw me getting all of the arts as I played the... Okay, no, that wasn't a glitch. You guys have seen me getting the arts as I play with the Rare Truffles. We are still missing a couple of arts. A couple of things I relearned as I was hunting down things like Mystery Goo is that each of the rare mushrooms has 1 extra type of spell that it responds to, in addition to its normal 3 spell or normal 4. You know, Blizzard, Fire, Lightning, and Cure. So if you go to Halloween Town, for example, that's where you're going to find the Arrow mushroom, and we already did that once. Atlantica contains the Stop mushroom, and I forget which one contains the Gravity mushroom. So we got to go find him. So we gotta go get a Stop Arts, that's gonna be in Atlantica, and we gotta go find ourselves a Gravity Arts. Once you get all 7 arts, you can return yourself to, I think this is gonna be the Cerberus fight right here. Behemoth, okay, that's fine. Once you get all 7 arts, you then return to Merlin, and he gives you a super sexy shield for Goofy, which is basically, if I recall correctly, his best shield. I just want to point out the sheer amount of damage we're doing with the Ultima Weapon. Now, I know we have done an incredible amount of damage with the Oblivion, but Ultima Weapon does beat Oblivion. Unfortunately, it does not have the critical hits that I love so much, but its raw damage tends to be enough to kind of make up for that. So, you know, we can just auto-attack our way to victory like we have in the past. This Behemoth is noticing that. So it's wonderful stuff right there. We're just going to cut through this Behemoth. He's already at 3/5 health now, and we're gonna keep on just smacking him for damage. Let's get back up here. I do not want to be anywhere near this attack, so let me let him fire that off real quick. Go ahead, fire, and I got knocked off, but that's fine. I can just circle back around, and now let's get back up here and keep on wailing on this horn. Not sure why, but they don't bring the behemoth enemy back in Kingdom Hearts 2 that I recall. This is kind of the only place you ever see him. Okay, now he's in green, 1.5 bars of health. So, something I should mention when it comes to farming items for your Ultima Weapon, you're going to want to go to certain places. There are, when you're going to hunt down for defenders, because they're the ones that give you the bright crystal, I think. They give you one of the crystals that you need. Defenders are best found in Traverse Town, I find. If you go to the 2nd district, and go into the hotel. In the hallway of the hotel, you'll find 3 defenders, and once you kill them, you'll find 4 wizards. So it's a great place for you to be leveling up. And if you pass from the hotel hallway into the green room, and then go into the red room, cycling through, here's our Blizzaga upgrade, cycling through those 2 other rooms will cause the defenders and the wizards to respawn. So you can go ahead and keep on fighting in those areas. Or if you go to District 3, you will end up fighting something like, I want to say it's 6 defenders there. So you can just keep on going throughout these areas back and forth, and that is a great way for you to get a ton of your crystals. Of course, don't forget to get yourself Lucky Strike for everybody. If you go the route that I did and go with Shield first, you will get yourself Lucky Strike at level 15, which is a great boon. You can start off the drops right there. Goofy gets it at 27 no matter what, and Donald gets it at level 55 no matter what. So that's when you can expect to get those, equip them as fast as possible, and just start farming. Once you get done with that, you got those guys who you have to farm off of. You will also need to get yourself the power crystals. Those can be gotten off of Wyverns. Wyverns are in a lot of places, but Hollow Bastion's a great place to do Wyvern fights. You can also do a lot of them in Traverse Town. The 2nd district actually has, I think, 7. Let's see, 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 5 is 9. It has a good 11 Wyverns for you in the various areas, so that's a good place to go as well. We've already discussed where you can find wizards. Wizards are kind of everywhere. It's just their drop rate on their items is very, very low. Apparently the drop rate on the defender is kind of notoriously low too. So expect to have trouble with those. Expect to be fighting a lot and farming a lot. But it's a great way to get a lot of levels for the later on optional boss fights, some of which are rather difficult. And then you will also need Mystery Goos. The easiest way I found to get Mystery Goos is just to fight the rare mushrooms. Or any of the mushroom types. The fungus here, the black fungus, as long as you kill them fairly quickly, they are a pretty good way to get it. Go ahead and kill them, but any of the mushrooms... And we're back. Any of the mushroom types will be good for getting yourselves some Mystery Goo. The blue mushrooms are the best possible Mystery Goo, because each one can drop 3 if you get good at juggling them. But past that, you're also going to want to look into the rare mushrooms, simply because if you... in the Japanese version, if you successfully hit them with 3 of the same spell, you're guaranteed a Mystery Goo, but in the American version, it just like a 60% chance, something like that. It's a fairly high chance. But they're your best bet, especially because anytime you see a rare mushroom, chances are he has 3 or 4 friends with him. So you can get a lot in a very short period of time. You can also get Mystery Goo just from completing the miming anyways. So if you do 3 different ones, you're not going to get an art, but you will get, you'll probably get Mystery Goo as well. So do that. And then Gales, well, Gales are easy. They're dropped from the Invisibles. Those are the demons in the end of the world. They're also dropped off the Angels. Just fight them as much as you can. If you teleport into the final rest, which is the that final save point. By the way, this is our Chameleon boss. Do you remember this guy from Deep Jungle? Yeah, he's making a reappearance. This is him right here. But go ahead and go into the final rest. And then the room before the final rest, the one where I had that huge fight in order to open up the door in order to get to final rest. If you go in there, you'll always find yourself something like 4 Invisibles and 4 Angels or something to that effect. That would be the way to get yourself Get yourself a lot of Gales. I got 4 in just one go right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I kind of want to get to about, I don't know, 30th seed, and then I'll stop this episode just so I can make sure the next episode doesn't take too long. Each seed is only taking us about a minute, maybe even less, sometimes 45 seconds. So we're moving at a pretty brisk pace here. And it's pretty easy, actually. Like, this isn't particularly hard. Now, part of it is that I'm very, very high level at this point. The super secret boss, when I fought him the first time, now keep in mind, I had a lot of trouble with him because I had no idea what I was doing. I had to learn the strategy by hand back then. It's kind of different nowadays. Nowadays, not only do I know what to do, but if I need any help, the internet's there. But, super secret boss, when I first fought him around level 70. And he was the final thing I did before going and beating the boss fight. The final boss. So, you know, that should give you some idea of the power level I'm at. I also, you know, I got the Ultima Weapon for that and all that jazz. Here's the Angel Star is the name of that enemy. So, I'm roughly at that kind of power level. We got another MP Rage. I'm going to put a lot of love into that ability. When I fight the super secret final boss, I'm going to want that like hell. But MP Rage is good in general. We like MP Rage. Getting your MP back when you're hit is wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to have another boss fight. This should be Leon this time, I think. No, is this... Oh, this might be Cerberus. Is this Cerberus? Yeah, it's Cerberus. Okay. So this is 30th seed. So this is 20 ranks in 10 minutes. So we're averaging, I guess, 30 seconds a seed. That's not bad, actually. I don't feel all that bad about that. Let's heal up. I don't feel like getting killed by Cerberus, even though we would start at a 40th seed, I want to say. Apparently I hit that fireball back at him. That was wonderful. We're not dealing quite as much damage as fast as I would like us to be, but, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just would like to have this done really quickly because I don't want this episode to go more than about 25 minutes long. Yeah, bited us, that's fine. That I'm going to heal off of. We still don't have our max level Curaga yet. I forget where you get that from. There's a bunch of spells that we don't quite have yet. Okay, this guy's going down pretty darn quick. I'm pretty pleased by how fast we're killing him. Okay, we are almost done. He's going to do a stompy attack, but I'm going to be in the air for that, so he's going to do no damage. And let's wreck his face. Awesome. That was a good 1,000 experience for that. And what am I going to earn for that one? Anything? I thought I would get at least some sort of reward for killing Cerberus again. There's the Power of Thunder, which gives us Thundaga. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for now. Let's see what our next seed will be when I return. We are looking at... This is going to be rank 29 that we're going to be fighting here. And that's going to be Air Soldiers and Air Pirates. Okay, ladies and gents, I will see you guys for the next episode where we are going to complete the Hades Cup, and then we'll work from there. I'll see you guys soon.